See, that's what you made me do. All right. Good night again, peoples. This is the Good Shepherd, the resident ADHD specialist. It's the Midweek Gamers at Large podcast. The topic for tonight is the yin and yang of gaming. Basically, for every good or bad, for every good there's a bad, every bad there's a good. And we're going to look at both different sides of different situations that happened, and what you thought originally was a disaster could be good, and what you thought would have been good actually ended up being a disaster. Let me reintroduce our guest, starting from my left, Dr. Feelgood. What's up?
What's up? Nah, it's not
Really,
me.
dude?
Dr. Feelgood, the guy with the smooth moves and nice tunes, always in a damn good groovy mood.
Damn. Okay. Go ahead. All right. Red Fox.
It is I, Mr. Red Fox, and I haven't taken any BS since 1991.
Hey, you went back to the original. Great.
Yeah, I like to switch it up.
You mean switch back?
No, switch it up. I got 3 now. I got Nintendo Defense Force Red Fox with the Red Fox Zord. I got 3 of them. It's great.
Right. All right. Okay, and then up next is Mr. T. What up, fool?
We want you to wait. Yeah, we had quite a few delivers.
Well, Mr. T got his kid.
Okay, and Dual Liger. What's up, my friend?
Not much, man. I'm just here chilling with the Gamers and Launch crew. You know what? Speak with your wallet. That's my hashtag. Don't buy bad experiences.
I can't help it. That's all I have on my console.
Wow.
Okay. Before we go on, Red, I have something to say.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mute?
You,
No,
sir.
you didn't. That's all live.
Red Fox, as I said before, with what you just said, man.
Pizza night, fools.
You, sir, are a dick. And
Wow. Really, guys?
Look, I'm just telling the truth. All I got is a PS4. Come on,
No,
man.
That's messed up. Not off the top, dude. Jeez.
Really, guys? We're not
Okay.
even 5 minutes in.
Shep,
I
go
know,
ahead.
right?
Go ahead.
I'm about to
Go ahead.
boot your asses out of here. Seriously.
Hey, go ahead and end this podcast. We're already doing the Gamers at Large after dark.
Oh my God. This is fail, guys. Shame on y'all.
Who?
All
Oh,
you
no,
guys.
What did I
actually,
miss?
no.
No. I got a good one
Black
that's
and white
pertinent to
dude
the
on
actual
the
point.
corner.
Yeah, you got to put Red Fox in the corner. He started the whole
No,
thing.
I have a good one that's actually pertinent to the point. I will behave, and it actually works. Okay,
All right,
I'm an
well-
RPG fanatic. Okay,
Okay,
I love
go for it then.
RPGs. And so when I heard that 2 of my favorite JRPG houses were combining their powers, fusion hostile.
I know where this is going.
I thought, man, there's no way we're gonna get the best RPGs ever. And so when Squaresoft and Enix did their fusion hard dance and fused together in the Square Enix, I was like, man, this is gonna be the best RPG development house ever. And unfortunately,
They did
the
the
exact
dance wrong.
opposite happened.
They did
And,
the dance wrong, man.
It was maybe I think they did do the dance wrong. They came out as Fat Square Enix,
Yep.
but kind of like Fat Trunks. But I mean, I don't know what happened, but I just know that like their best days of RPG making are behind them. It's a sad day when I'm looking forward to re-releases of old games from Enix and re-releases of old games from Squaresoft over their new stuff. So that's like a yin yang thing because it should have been awesome, but it wasn't.
Come on, you telling you don't want that Final Fantasy 15?
That's exactly what I'm saying. But nicely.
Well, I wasn't being funny. I was trying to be serious.
That's exactly what I'm saying, but I'm saying it nicely.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, it looks like I said. I mean, the battle system look like they got it for once. Got it tuned in. Look like it tuned in right. So I can't argue to the point either. But I hope people out there who's looking for this game. Remember, I'm telling you this right now. They already blown their budget 4 times. If this thing don't sell 5 million, 8 million, this will be one of the downfalls of Square Enix.
It really might be the Final Fantasy.
Yes. So y'all,
I have one thing that scares me about this game. Although it looks like it's going back to the classic JRPG roots, at the same time, them cruising around that big Cadillac 16 makes it westernized. I'm just saying.
yeah. Well, like I said, they brought in this one right here. What happened is they brought developers from the western side too when they made this game. So they tried everything. Like you guys just said, since the budget been blowing so much time, this is the final if this don't sell, because 14 and 13 and 13.2 and all those things did not do it.
Well, that's their fault for blowing their budget. I mean they can't blame consumers. Look, when we got with Square Enix, we were expecting JRPGs, and they gave us
ARPGs.
JRPGs.
Or they gave us AARP.
I wish they gave us AARP. I've seen some of the benefits
Wow.
of AARP. They're
I
awesome.
know, right?
Wow.
Oh Lord, you guys are
Being some damn fanboys.
For real.
Oh man, well you know what? Since we started over again, like how we talked, I'll go into what we just talked about a little bit. 'Cause I don't know how we're gonna mix the last one because this was a fail.
Yeah,
But
I think this is just going to be original.
yeah,
We're not trash.
so but to go with what Good Shepherd was talking about, the yin and yang is the media itself, like the media where we used to play games on, kind of like Mr. T was talking about when we first started about that. It was cartridges, and then this came around. And this came around, and it opened up development for a lot of third parties and everything on the PlayStation, which was good, and Sega Saturn and Dreamcast, of course. The loading times on the cartridge was good, but it just couldn't hold the memory. So that's the loading time was good.
Right.
The bad part is it couldn't hold the memory. The funny thing is today now there's a cartridge, which basically the SD, SD could hold way more memory than a disc, which is Blu-ray.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's flip as hell now, which is crazy, yes. But and the next thing that killed me is like
Proof that we're living in the Matrix. Reality is not a reality.
I know, right? I mean, like I said, and then we could get back into the loading times, like I said, because a micro SD now can hold 128 gigs.
Yep, 256 gigs actually. I
But
bought
the
one.
downside is how much is it going to cost?
Oh my
and,
god, arm and a leg.
Yeah. Right. I mean, a cartridge.
Look, a
I mean, the micro
SD card?
SD itself is going to cost $30 to $40 just the card, and then you got to put the software on it.
Yeah, but the software is just data.
Well, to answer your question, let's go with the usual people who does this stuff. When Nintendo
Well, I'm
buys
saying
their
we're paying $30 just for the. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was
we got a
gonna
little
say
delay.
no. Oh, okay, yeah. Hopefully, mine don't lag out either. But let's go with the practical person. When Nintendo does their games, they always do their own media. They always buy the company out, or they do a great contract with them to get the media cheaper. That's why they don't do like other things like that. The SD cards, just regular SD cards though, with let's go 128 gigs. That would be cheap. That would be cheaper to make than keep on doing disc.
But you don't need that though. I mean, Nintendo proves you don't need all that space. People just do it because it's easy to do. Just squeeze, just spit all your stuff out there without any compression, and it's going to be 45 to 70 gigs. But if you actually do some work, you can get more stuff on a disc.
Yeah,
Or,
you take the time to compress it and program it properly.
Yeah, but Ms. T, you said the dirty word.
Work. The work can take the time.
Work can take you time. Time and work.
Effort. No,
We're in an industry now where even the gamers are defeated, and they're just like, well, just do what everybody else is doing. So,
But yeah, let me buy my instant fatality.
Yeah, it's like really.
Yeah. I don't need to unlock this stuff. I just buy it.
Nintendo gamers of all are defeated. They're just like, we give up.
Yeah,
it's
well,
kind of sad to see.
The compression and like you just talked about, the compression thing is good, but again, if you got more space to do certain background, which I've seen when Nintendo when they're coding, like right now, I mean, X basically max out the Wii U's disk memory.
Space.
Yeah, disk space.
So it was like 19 gigs.
Well, yeah,
Uh-huh.
but
Crap.
it's 19 gigs. But if you add on the 14, if you add on the other gigs for the downloading to
Yeah,
that
and
they
then you
want.
have to,
It could be up
it
to
works like it
25
works the
gigs,
same
right?
way as the DVDs. Like I know that when I author DVDs,
Mhm.
like it'll be, you need a certain amount to basically to for the software to lock it down, to finish the disc.
Mhm.
So that 19 gigs is, probably gonna end up at 23 when you're done. So
Well, basically, if you add in all the, 'cause like I said, I have the Japanese X, sorry, Japanese X. If you add in all the stuff that they have right now, it's past, like I say, it's past the 25 gig with all the
oh, it
downloading,
is
all
okay.
the loading time. Huh?
Oh yeah, because if you download if you you can download a certain amount to your hard drive and it'll make things faster, make things load faster.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
what you're talking
system.
about.
That's the system it is. But if you wanted to put everything on the disk, yeah, then it would be over the 25 gigs of
Right,
the.
right, right.
And then and as anybody would tell you, you don't want to max out a CD or a memory or anything. You want to have at least a space in
No,
case for buffering and everything. 'Cause you go
yeah,
in that 10%, you will basically have a crash.
yeah. You don't want that thing bleeding data.
No,
Not a good thing.
no. But that's a good yin and yang right there, Shepard. We talk about the media right there. Anything else you guys want to, as a yin and yang, y'all see?
Business decisions, like DLC perhaps, or acquiring other companies. Well, we already brought that up with Square Enix. Now that I meant to think about it.
Well, I'll say this about the companies. Like I said, a lot of people
Acquisitions.
a lot of people was talking about why again I'm the end doer, so I'm Nintendo again. But even though I got a contract with Sony, but a lot of people was talking about how why Nintendo didn't buy Atlas or Sega or this and that and all that, Capcom and everything else. Basically, every gaming company last year, even EA and Ubisoft, was going on any was rebooting, redoing a lot of their transitions because a lot of people didn't make, only Nintendo really made profits that was killer last year. Everybody else was not. They had to fall back. They had to cut back their projection. And you're not, if you're reconciliating your debt, you're not going to take on the next person's debt. That's just not how business works.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about Nintendo, they're not losing money.
Nope.
At least not now. So
Nope. And even last year when they were losing money, it was like they were doing things that you have to do in order to build your business. They were building studios. They were buying like parts of other companies. They were buying development houses. I mean they were growing. They were spending in order to grow.
And I'm sure there's R&D for NX in there. So
I mean, software development. They were doing all types of stuff in order to keep their business valid and competitive in today's market. And plus future growth and future development. So I mean, it's not like they were losing money and inspiring people and selling off buildings and junk.
And also people we need to. I know a lot of people are now to a degree with the whole business thing, but one of the biggest one of the biggest factors that Nintendo, Sony as well too faces is the exchange market. If the yen, the U.S. dollar has been not the strongest in the last couple of years as we've been in a recession. So when the yen goes up, Nintendo and Sony, they lose a lot of money because of the exchange rate, and that's something you can't do nothing about. You can't do nothing about it at all.
yeah.
Hey, Shep,
Yeah,
are you busy right now?
I am. What's up?
Okay, I just want to know.
What the hell?
Yeah, he's running the cast.
Well, I'm letting you guys talk. I'm listening.
No.
I'm actually listening to what you guys are saying.
No, Shep. Forgive my language, but let's stop bullshitting.
Well, we are gamers at large. You think I'm just gonna sit here and talk? I'm gonna play games. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was just making sure.
You can't be the host and be playing games. Come
I
on,
know,
now.
right? All right.
No, reason I asked because my wife said, is anybody online? Then she clicked on it and she said, Shep, and I was like, He's trying to say I'm a host tonight. What the hell is he doing?
Exposed to the
playing?
max.
And then he gonna lie and say, he says, yeah, I'm host of the cast.
I'm
Like,
just
that ain't
I'm
how
just
you
listening
doing.
to you guys. Get the out of here with that.
I was listening to y'all.
Hear the word we said. What did we just say? Come on.
Y'all were talking about how you caught me online. Exposed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Chef,
all jokes
you
aside,
got you got caught, man. So I need you to fork over,
yes, yes. I've
fork over
already
your
put
cause
down.
for suspension.
Yeah. I already put down the gamepad.
You know,
Yeah.
you need to
No,
hold down the power button.
no, don't do that. She's
No,
trying to
he
jump
needs to
in.
hold down that power button. That's
You haters, fine. It's off. Gosh, how
Mhm.
dare you make me be a responsible host?
Maybe with my Wii U in check.
I already shut
Because
it
I
down.
can do that. I can.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna make sure.
Please feel welcome to jump back in there because my wife is trying to team up with you.
Oh, too late. I literally shut it down.
Okay, people. Well, this is how you all run podcasts around here. Good grief.
Well, nah, I was just being a fiend because
right.
I've been trying to catch up on my Splatoon.
I'm,
You guys are too good.
I'm actually still surprised at how you tried to cover that up, dude. He was like, "Yeah, of course I'm busy." He said, "I'm the freaking host." I'm like, "But that's not all you're doing."
I never said I'm the freaking host. Go
Look.
back to the cast, you'll hear him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's continue.
We all know that
Let's continue,
Splatoon is
gentlemen.
that cracking. Okay,
Right.
we all
Okay.
know it's
And we
addictive.
also know I am the ADHD specialist. You know I'm going to be going back and forth in everything.
You rock a discipline.
Yeah, whatever. You are disciplined, Daniel-san.
There you go. Look at that right there. There's the good and bad right there. You playing games, which is you're supposed to be a gamer, but you're a bad host.
Oh,
my
ow.
No, we-
shots fired! Shots fired!
Look,
Okay,
we
you know what?
Nate
Let's
launched.
get back on topic, gentlemen. Let's worry about my fallacies later.
all know that
Let's continue.
Splatoon is just addictive. Okay, we all know that.
Yeah, it is kind of
You
that.
rat bastards, focus. Let's go. If I can turn off my game and focus back on the cast, you guys can focus on the cast. Now let's do this.
Okay. All right, run the next topic.
We're
then.
not the ones hosting, but go ahead.
Come on,
I know,
conductor.
right?
Come on, conductor. Run the next topic.
I admitted to my fallacy,
All right.
and
Mhm.
we are going to continue with the podcast, gentlemen. So you
Okay.
guys got that out of your system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liars. Anyways,
All
Don't you
right.
go ahead and tell the fans how this is the second time we doing this, and the first time you playing the game so hard, you didn't know we was off air.
Oh.
Exposed to the max.
actually no, my the screen times out after a while, and I stopped looking at the screen. When I'm playing the game. No, seriously, like I let it time out. I do that all the time when I'm talking with you guys, unless I send messages.
Oh,
Man,
about
I
this?
like that you're being very open and honest about
well,
it.
he's getting roasted tonight, though.
Yeah, this turned into roast the good shepherd or something. What the hell, man?
Of course, man. The sheep. We want to make sure the sheep's getting something to eat too, man. They're like, hey, man, you ain't hitting us with that stick no more.
Yeah, whatever. I admit to my wrongdoing. Now let's keep it moving, fools.
Okay, all right. Since we're talking about the yin and yang, let's talk. We talked about console manufacturers. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about a game. I'll tell you a game. The Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was one of my favorite systems. I think, in my opinion, the Dreamcast was a better console than the PS2. It had the potential to be way better than the PS2, and even better than the GameCube. The only flaw with the Dreamcast was that some of the games on it were weird as all get up. And the greatest thing about the Dreamcast was that the games were weird as all get up. For example, like Seaman.
Yeah.
You know, how many games let you get away, just talking about the game, get away with sophomoric jokes like Seaman?
True.
Okay? I mean,
Good.
an entire game. Okay? I love this. I love this type of thing. But and I mean, look, the game had the formula to have everything that would make a game like this great. Leonard Nimoy as the voice of the titular main character. A weird premise where you would give him commands and he would do stuff and talk back to you. It was really weird. Like this was basically like the Kinect before the Kinect existed, because it actually had a microphone that you could use to talk to him. It was really.
Well, you can't say. You could say that too, but remember they had a microphone for Hey Pikachu 64 as well. So
Yeah, they did, but I mean, no one like that game didn't sell that well. No one liked Pikachu. Neither did people like Seaman, but you could do other things with the Dreamcast.
Wow, did the Nintendo just diss a Nintendo game in favor of a non-Nintendo game?
Yeah, I did, because Hey You Pikachu sucked.
Well, if that's the case, according to Levelhead, he could be the know-it-all.
Good
I
point.
don't get your joke.
You didn't see the
Levelhead's video
about the type of Nintendo fans you are?
No, I did not. I did not watch it. I'm sorry.
Shame on you. Get out the cast.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch it. It's kind of.
You have to watch it, man. Shout out to him, by the way.
Yeah, that actually was a really good video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love
brought it
the
up.
Jeopardy moments in between.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Now that we're here, what type of Nintendo fan are you guys?
Oh Lord.
Did you scared?
Maybe it is what it is.
Liar.
You
are not it is what it is, guy, and you know it.
I'm the Nintendo's first take no BS Nintendo type of game. I don't think he had that.
I know T is a crybaby.
I guess I'm the Nintendo apologist. No,
it was Worshipper.
Worshipper, know-it-all.
Worshipper, know-it-all.
It is what it is.
Crybaby, it is what it is.
It is what it is, I'm a crybaby.
Yeah. I'm a worshiper, son.
I'm 5.3, actually. I just got an update this morning.
You dumbass.
But I love amiibos.
Nah, I would say I would say with his video, I'm too combined because I'm the know-it-all and I'm also the is what it is because I don't care what console you play as long as you're having fun. But if you like as Mr. T would say, if you come in to talk to me about Nintendo, get it right or get it right because you're gonna get checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call me a know-it-all just because you don't know anything.
Yeah, like the thing that
what you asked, stupid.
Yeah, I guess it's more or less. I don't like people saying BS and acting like they know what they're talking about when really they don't. I don't like that.
Well,
The whole thing is, at least like I said with myself, I like to play in somewhat of a know-it-all role, but I always admit up front if I am wrong, please correct me because I know there's a lot of crap I don't know. That's
yeah.
I know everything. I don't know.
Well, you're like a demigod anyway, so
You are the master.
You are Mr. T, fool.
Yeah, but that's what.
Okay, so what would that make Shadow Fox then? Would he be a know-it-all?
Oh God.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot sword.
I'm staying away.
Yeah.
Not offensive. I'm doing it, by technicality because he does know a lot.
Well, all I say is he says Rogue Ninja, so I don't fuck with ninjas. Sorry.
I don't think there was enough categories in that video.
That is true. That is true. I mean, Shadow Fox. He knows about, like I said, him and Micah. Like when it comes to the tech stuff, I leave it to them. I know a good amount about that too, but they know about me when it comes to like business and the software stuff. That's everybody. There's different. Like Leverhead said, there are different types of know-it-alls. So.
Oh, that's why I said I'm a 5.3 because I'm more of a It is what it is, but there's a lot of different facets with myself. So.
Well, just like you said, that's one of the things that, like when talking to you and a couple of the other guys, Andre, it is what it is. Is like that word. I have it in my video coming up when I was supposed to be Purge Week this week, where I got all my negativity out. But hell, what it is, things change. But that word, that phrase, I don't know. It's such a hard word to hear from gamers nowadays. It's weird.
Yep.
It's so weird. I don't know. Just if you don't know, you don't know.
I prefer I don't know.
And I'm wrong. Oh God, it kills them to say that they're wrong.
That's that kryptonite, son.
No. It kills them when you actually ask them. Okay, so what is power to you? What is powerful?
Oh,
what is
God.
what makes it weak?
to the
Can you
power
define
talk.
that? we use this is stronger. It's like, okay, what makes it stronger? 8 gigs RAM. It's like, okay, what does RAM do in terms of video games? Makes them run better. Like, that's pretty much all you're here.
Well, I mean, it's not just that. It's just, I mean, gamers hate to admit that they're wrong.
My whole thing is, and it's even been brought up multiple times, and I've been guilty of it a little bit, but at least I stay honest with it. Just because you could rattle off specs doesn't mean you know what the specs do.
Exactly.
And people running back and forth. Well, this is this, and it runs, and it tiered this and this. Do you have any friggin' clue what that game is doing right now? Do you realize that the game that you're claiming is 1080p is actually 1080i? Oh, you don't? Wait, it's running at 25 frames per second. Did you notice that? No, you didn't. Does it matter? Not really.
Yes, it does. Look, I cannot play anything that isn't 1080p 60 frames per second. I'm sorry. I am a elitist. I cannot play anything that is not 1080p 60 frames per second.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Which renders 98% of my
Mario Kart 8
Tell that to your 3DS, my friend.
Mario Kart 8 is a broken ass game because it runs at 59 frames per second.
Yeah, and that one frame is missing. We don't know where in the hell it went. It just disappeared.
Makes my eyes bleed. I can't play that game.
Of course, you guys can tell I'm being totally facetious.
I mean, that game runs so bad. I'm not sure if I'm playing Mario Kart or Outrun.
Damn.
This is quickly turning into the Nintendo Fact Podcast.
Yeah.
Bullseye!
Oh man, that's a bullseye.
I know, man.
Oh my God. See, if it wasn't for the fact that he said he hates Amiibo, I'd be with Bullseye all day. I don't hate Amiibo.
And I'm perfectly happy with those 4 Amiibo. Like, I don't need any more. Like, these people who keep on complaining about Amiibo, I'm like, you don't have to buy them. Yeah. They are, like, none of them are necessary to the game.
And let's go back to Liger's favorite term. Speak with your wallet. If you don't want it, don't buy it. Move on.
I was complaining about stock for about a month and a half, and I was like, why do I care? Like, if I can get it, then I can get it. If I can't,
but the funny thing is what the thing that everybody needs to keep on saying about the stock thing. Like I saw your video to Mr. T and everybody else. Is like, you can't predict this stuff most of the time that everybody think you can, because like, if I was a businessman and he would have said it, he would have said this. I don't want to set up a temporary factory to give people just a little hope to work, and then I gotta fire him. He was not that type of person. So, and look at the Jigglypuff. Who would have thought Jigglypuff would have sold that crazy, even though they ramped it up way beyond it's supposed to be? And again, that was the most sold thing for Target. Come on, you can't predict this stuff.
But here's my thing. Like, okay, I think I have like 21 or 22 Amiibo.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean now, but don't get me wrong. I want them all. I do.
Is there something wrong with that?
I do. My plan was to get them all, seriously. But here's my thing. After I didn't get some of the ones I want, like I really wanted Ike really bad, but he sold out like within, I think, an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you straight up, I
was at work, so it's like, well,
I was one of the guys.
Amiibo. Like, what the hell? I'm not that desperate. To me, at the end of the day, people, it's the toy. It may yield a small benefit to certain games, but
we don't play with toys. We play with sophisticated tech.
It's a toy, and although right now I want Pac-Man, Ike, and I want Lucina, I'm not sitting over here, pitching a bitch because I can't get them. It's like, I want them, yes, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get them.
It is a figurine.
It's like,
hey, could you please fix that? It's a figurine, not a toy.
No, they're
exactly. But you know what pissed me off?
They're totally
this is all I wanted. I wanted Little Mac, I wanted Greninja, and Lucario. That's all I wanted. I have 10 Amiibos now, and not a single one of those 3 are in my group of 10. Nintendo, you bastards. I got 3 Amiibos I want. I don't have, and I have 10 other Amiibos.
You just gotta get up with the kids and hang out in the line, man.
That is one thing that killed me when I see people do all these crazy lines and saying they're gonna get angry about. I'm like, dude, if it ain't medicine, it ain't food, it ain't water, I ain't lining up.
But you know what though? The shameful part is that some of these same folks waiting in line for Amiibo, they wouldn't even wait in line for a game. It's like. It's like, dude, come on now. Like, I've only waited in line for one game at midnight lunch, and that was basically Modern Warfare 3. Never do it again. But I don't understand. It's like, people, It's a toy. I'm sorry, it's a figurine.
Say it's a figurine, you bastard.
Okay,
I know, right?
it's a figurine. It does virtually nothing really, but they are cool to have. I'll admit that. But if you can't get it, it's not the end of the world, folks. It's not
Yeah,
the end
it
of the world.
is.
Yes,
I'm
it
like,
is.
My life is over because I don't have I don't know.
I still want Little Mac. I still want Greninja. And I still want Lucario. That's all I friggin' want. I'll give away the other 10 amiibos I have. I just want those 3, damn it.
Dang.
and that's actually not a
Okay.
smart decision, man.
I'm
Y'all-
exaggerating and being facetious, you tards. Continue.
He only has 11.
No, like here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing that gets me about people who are like really tore up about the amiibos. Okay, it's like not like the amiibos are cool to look at. I have like 3 of them that I got at launch with Smash Brothers. They're really cool to look at. They're fun. They have neat functionality, but you're not missing out on anything if you don't have any. It's not like Nintendo has hidden like a depth of content behind amiibos, and if you don't have them, you're SOL. Like, I don't have the Splatoon amiibos. I tried to get them. They were sold out. I'm not missing out on not having them. I'm still kicking people's behind in matches. It's not like the equipment that's locked behind there is so powerful that, you know, it gives you an edge or anything.
True.
So, I mean, like, the people who are like, oh my god, Splatoon needs XYZ, I'm like, come on, man. The amiibos are nice, but they aren't absolutely necessary.
True. Can't argue with that. There's a yin and yang
Excuse
right
me,
there.
excuse me, but they're quite necessary. You can get out of here with all that bullshit.
You're emotional, son.
You sound like you're on Mr. Gilroy's property now. You done messed up now, boy. We
But
do
they are all
things
that.
around here.
Oh Lord, you guys are too much.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Take these cheeseburgers, man. I need my meatloaf.
Oh
I mean,
Lord,
that crack, man. It's too much.
it's addictive. Look, I will be the first one to admit it is very addictive, but I can't do it.
Like I said, I mean, you know, Dr. Feelgood got more than what I want, and I mean, and I could get more. Well, some of the amiibos I could get for free, so I ain't got no problem with that. I don't want none of
There
them.
this rat bastard bragging again. Ah.
Well, ain't my fault. I work, son. You get the connections, and you'll be good. But anyway,
I will get the connections. I'm gonna be a G. What you talking about?
but no, but it's like the games I could see those that you want, like you just said, Shepard. Those that you want, I could see that you want to have those as a figurines to put on your shelves. That's cool because like I said, all I have is the ones I want on my shelves, and that's it. I ain't gone beyond that. But some people have a little thing. Nintendo did something once again that a lot of people hate and a lot of people like. Yin and Yang, like you guys are talking about right now.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like I said, I got my Zero Suit Samus, my Yoshi, my plushie Yoshi, my
I'm gonna
Inklings.
get the plushie Yoshi. I ain't go front.
Yeah,
I'm getting
It's
that.
different. I like it. It's different.
I'm getting it 'cause it's
it is
incredibly
cool.
cute.
It is cool, dude. I was like, when I got mine, I was like, I'm happy they branch out. Now let's see what else they're gonna do.
I'm just getting that because it's so damn cute, and I'm a cute dude. I like you give me a puppy. No, you give me a puppy, I lose my stuff. Like if it's cute, I have to have it. If it's
You
cute.
can't be in Japan then, because you'll just have a cuteness overload.
I know. I can't deal with too much cute. Too much cute just
What the hell
destroys.
is the Fox and the Hound?
I guess so. Why you think
No,
you
I
know
just- I don't know what it is. I just like really cute things. I don't know.
You sound like Elmira for a second. I'm gonna kiss
know,
you
right?
and hug you and love you forever and ever.
No, like okay, let me put it this way. Like, I got a puppy a year ago, and they gave me the puppy, and I was like, okay. And
What breed?
it's a mutt. But it's a puppy, and they gave it to me, and it was all cute, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to be cleaning up after you, and it's gonna be a mess, but you're so damn cute. It's just, it's just I can't. It's just too cute. So when I saw the Yoshi, the Yoshi plushie amiibo, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get it. because I had other cute things like as you guys as I've already told you guys, I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan, and they have those really cute Dragon Quest
The slimes.
slimes. Yeah, and my girlfriend stole mine because it's really really cute. So
Oh Lord.
if it's cute,
Random confessions.
yeah,
I
she
know,
stole
right?
mine.
Randomly said it's best.
I had 3 of them. I had all 3 of them. I had the 3 slimes, and she stole all of them because they're too damn cute. And I ordered mine from Japan. I was like, I'm gonna get these because they only sell them there, so get them from the source.
Oh, okay. I hear you. All right. Anybody else got a topic to go with this thing in yet? I could throw one more in if y'all got anything else.
Yeah, go for it.
Basically, Mr. T, you and Terminator Juice and Active Gamer did this, but again, there's a good yin and yang between graphics. I mean, it's cool to see certain graphics happen. I mean, my preference still is always art style over photorealism, but yeah, like I said, it depends on what you use the graphics for. Like I said, More Monster Demon Blade, Child of Light, Ori the Blind Forest. I mean, those are some crazy those are some things that are really good that they do good stuff for the games. And then when you go to photorealistic graphics, there are some games out there that look good. I still say, Batman Arkham Knights and everything, those look good. But the problem is, as a yang of it, is that 10 years from now, if there's a next system that plays that, I'm just saying, let's just be positive. If 10 years from now there's a system that,
If you put it that way, then Wind Waker's a perfect example of that.
Well, I'm gonna say 10 years. Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 years from now, it's gonna be crunchy because because again, one of the hardest things that TVs to produce is when you're doing graphics is blacks, whites, and grays. Because it's not natural color. I mean, it's not a natural color. It's artificial. So once the process is crunched in the future from now, it's gonna look really jaggy and messed up. But color, you could do different.
Let's have a Maximum Carnage reboot, but make it cel shaded.
Oh man.
I think like Nintendo fans they sometimes would get a bad rap, or as far as we don't like good graphics. I mean, that's not the case. The problem is we've always had good graphics. We always like good graphics. The problem is the overemphasis on graphics. And the thing is, the perfect medium would be great graphics and great gameplay. But the problem is that rarely happens. I mean, and as far as great graphics, I mean like, pushing the boundaries of photorealism, like a lot of these companies do. But the problem is they overemphasize on that part, and the gameplay is either just as good or mediocre as what we've already had. So it's hard to get both because you have development studios that spend so much time on how the game looks, and then there's not a lot of thought put into
Square Enix.
So
wow.
I mean. So yeah, I mean and that's the problem. Like if we could have both, of course that'd be great. But because of the budget costs that go into these games today, especially, it's hard to have both. It's hard to have like cutting edge graphics and amazing gameplay. So people get fooled into thinking they have this great game or gameplay game, but it's not really about that. It's about the storyline and the visuals.
Yeah, but we have seen examples of companies that keep their budgets under control, and their games aren't ugly, but have really good gameplay, and they do pretty well. So I mean, like I think it's kind of like kind of like a snake feeding on itself. It's a it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They think that gamers want really good graphics, so they increase their budgets and use these expensive graphical engines that require a lot of time and energy to get it to look that way. And then the game has to sell a huge amount in order for them to even be profitable. And it's a never-ending cycle. I mean, if they knew how to keep their budgets under control and make a decent game, they wouldn't need. It's like, oh, it only sold like 2 million, but we made a lot of money off of it. So we can keep our goals reasonable.
I mean, I think India was basically trying to say, about I think games don't age well. It's not just the graphics, I think, is the reason they don't age well. I think it's because of the emphasis on graphics. You basically get like an interactive movie, And once you beat that, it's hard to like go back and want to play it in 10 years, you know, because it's like, well, I already know the story and the gameplay wasn't that great. So to me, that's why it's easier to go back to certain Nintendo games, and it's because I know the story. First of all, wasn't the biggest emphasis, except for maybe in Zelda. It's still not the biggest. It's a big part of the game, but the gameplay was just so much fun. It was so varied that you can run through it 20, 30 times. Like I do a lot of these games. The Zeldas I've run through over and over and over again. I'm playing Zelda 64 again. I probably beat that game easily 50 times, easy. So.
Well, it's kind of weird. I mean, all of us are a certain age right now that it's weird that I could go back and play a lot of the games from the Super Nintendo, even the fifth generation, even with some PlayStation games. I could play those games with no problem because the mechanics was what it is, and also the graphics were what they were back then too. Because I remember Crash Bandicoot, it was Polynesian, of course, polygons, but still, it still had a charm to it. People still play Mario 64, even though it looks it's jaggy now, but still, it has a charm to what that gameplay was. It's still addicted to do.
Again, the gameplay is just so much fun on Mario 64. I mean, I look at it and I was like, it definitely looks dated, but it's cartoony enough still in the visuals, and the gameplay is still just fun. It's still just fun to run through it, especially when you know everything. It's also almost like you get more out of it when you know where everything is. You can still just enjoy the ride. So.
Well, maybe because I would think maybe back then we created our own. You see, that's I think what happened now. Here's the next Yin and Yang right here, the Good Shepherd. Back then, we created our own achievement system with our minds and imagination. Imagination is falling way down in this generation now. I've seen it. That's
what is this thing you call imagination? Please
Imagination.
But no, because everybody wants. I need achievement system. I need achievement system. Can you not make your own? Like your own meta in this game to make it is what it is.
No, that's another thing. There's a lot of this process of accomplishments.
Yeah, I have to brag about things that really, in the grand scheme, don't matter. I'm sorry.
No, but you can brag. I'm not saying you can't brag.
It's just don't let it overwhelm you. You know, like don't let it consume you.
I mean, come on. Back when we were growing up, you used to make baseball. You had to, or in my case, basketball. You take a milk crate, which is a square crate, and make it a basketball hoop.
Yep.
we had imagination to say, okay, we have that could be a hoop. Let's do it like that. Or baseball, we create our own rules, one hit run, and all these crazy. Don't catch the. Even if the ball bounces
piece of woods, mount it up.
Look, I mean, I get it. I understand achievements and trophies. I get that stuff because it's like little pieces of crack. I mean, I understand that people like it because of that. But the thing is, with me, I don't care for them because they literally mean nothing. It's just like, hey, look what I did. Everybody who's on my friends list, it's just like, But other than that, it doesn't really add anything to the game.
But like I've seen people like. I mean, it's kind of like Liger said. Like, I remember back in the day, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go through this game, and I'm never going to use a power-up. If I can avoid it. Like, unless it's, like, in order for me to get to this exit, like in Super Mario World, I'm not going to use a power-up. So I'd beat most of the game, never use a power-up, unless it was, like, absolutely necessary to beat the level.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, like, that was my achievement.
We had our own achievements. Like, you just reminded me of Contra. I remember my achievement in Contra was playing it without the code, like beating it without the code.
Yeah, without the Konami code. Yep, that's what
Konami code. And I did it, and I was like, whoa! Like I was happy. I recorded it on my VCR. Yeah, I'm old, but I recorded it.
We all are, son.
With my VCR, and it was, I showed my friends. They were blown away by that because everybody I knew used the Konami code. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to beat this game without it.
Yeah, I did the same thing too. But that's what I'm saying. But when you create that imagination,
Ninja Gaiden, son.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no code involved. It's just like you get continuous.
It was just skill. It was just skill.
But it was just skill.
Yeah.
Especially
it was back in it was back with the Infinite days when they put you all the way back, when they give you all that infinite level thing, and then they kick you all the way back to the beginning of the first part of that.
You didn't have a checkpoint and continue.
Oh no!
Checkpoint.
I was just gonna say,
damn stage.
Checkpoint. We didn't even have game facts back in the day. Like all you had, if you were lucky, and this was before Nintendo Power. If you were lucky, you were part of the Nintendo fan club back in the day, and they would send you the little VHS cassette tapes that would have like little
Old timers at large.
The old, I mean, that's how. Look. These people today don't know. They can just go on the internet. How to beat this boss, and it'll be on YouTube or on GameFAQs, something like that. We just had to figure it out for ourselves and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That's all we had back then.
Yeah.
And that's how we got good, because we had to rely on our wit and skill and guile.
But kind of like how you, but yeah, and to kind of like you guys said with the whole, like you went to make your own achievement, you kind of felt more into it, other than somebody's telling you to do it. When you make it yourself, because when Smash Brothers came out, and Nintendo and my friends, like I said, we paid, but that was the only game we played from since that game came out. We paid over 10,000 hours on that game, but we came with a rule of no grabbing. Because that was like the cheapest way to do. Donkey Kong could hold you, or Kirby could slam you off the stage, and it was cheap shots. So we like, you know what? No grabbing. Let's do our own thing. And we played that game. It kept the game like to see how people do combos. Yeah, fresh and combos and everything to do. Because remember back in those days, the combos were not like it is right now. You see all these guys, these melee guys and Smash 4 guys. But we got to do this combo, this smash down, all this stuff. Nah. Back then, you had to come with this stuff off the top of your head. And one of my biggest achievements, I would say, like Moon Monster Demon Blade, I broke the combo counter because I wanted to. I was like, let me see how far I could get. Let me see how far I could get with the combo. And then when I got up to a certain point and I saw 998, 999, I was like, okay. And I keep on going. I was like, wait, the combo ain't stopping. It stopped at 999, and I was wailing like 1100 at the time. I was like, dang. So back in the day, we just created our own achievements in our minds, and we felt better invested in the achievements. Now that somebody telling you that, you just feel like Mr. T said, like, oh, this is what I did, fools. Boom, done.
And again, I'm not knocking achievements. I mean, obviously,
I'm with you too.
I just want the audience to know that we're not knocking achievements. At least I'm not. It's just
I'm knocking everything because I'm
saying,
I'm not.
That hoodie.
What I'm saying is that it's just not as important as a lot of people seem to make it out to be. In the scheme of things, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just
I mean,
that's just your onions.
Yeah, that's your.
Those are just my onions.
I'm gonna beg to disagree a little bit. I think achievements should be like. I think the achievement is doing something that is incredibly difficult, but you don't brag about it. You know you did it. Like beating the first Dragon Quest. That game is hard as nails. I mean, it's really friggin' hard. You beat that game, my hat's off to you, because it's one of the early RPGs and it's hard. It's not very well made. It has a lot of its difficulty curve is non-existent. It starts off kind of hard and it stays hard for the entire game. Even if you max out your level, it's hard. So, I mean, that's old school right there. And you beat something like that, I'm like, well, that's an achievement. But I mean, like I've seen people, they're like, look at my gamer score. So, so what is that? That and 50 cents won't get you a cup of coffee.
Man, that is
like
true.
I remember when the Xbox One first came out, and Microsoft was trying desperately to make people care about the Xbox One, and they were like Major Nelson, some guy got 1 million gamer score. I'm like, and he's just let people know how much of a life he doesn't have. I'm like, either you play too many games, man. And this is coming from someone who is like a major gamer. I'm like, you just have too much free time on your hands, man.
Yeah.
Either that, or you're an achievement person who just gets like games that have gamer ranks so that you can a gamer score, so you can just get your gamer score up. Which I don't know. That's kind of cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna play a game, play something hard.
Gamer score. It's another part of the addiction. It's almost like a proving ground. Look,
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was how that's more what I'm used to. I ain't gonna lie, that's where my old timer kick in. It's the highest score. You want to get the highest score.
Yeah, but that's not what gamer score is. That's something completely different.
No, gamer score is like every time you do something, you get a certain amount of achievement points.
Like you mean like you have bronze, gold, silver?
Yeah, like you get achievements points for doing it, and that adds to your total gamer score next to your ID. I mean, I'm just saying.
People do realize that's a marketing ploy, right?
Yeah, it's a marketing.
I mean, was that on Xbox?
Yeah, it's on Xbox.
PlayStation.
Oh, that's why.
What's
on PlayStation?
Isn't it?
With trophies, because they have trophies on PlayStation.
Yeah, they have trophies on PlayStation.
The thing is that all this stuff comes off a high score. But here's how arcade, because I'm saying this as someone who owns a barcade, two locations. High score is there to trick gullible people into putting quarters in, and that's how they made their money. Like, oh, I got to get the high score, and then when you got the high score, I got to get my high score higher so that people can't take my high score. Yep. So that's how they made their money. For me, I'm like, look, if I just beat this damn game, I'm happy. That's how I feel.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what's it's funny too? Not right now. That's the next thing. That's like, I'm happy that they introduce a lot of people into gaming. That's a good thing. Gamers be big and small. But back, like as bringing up this whole stuff, you guys. This is basically old timers podcast because games back then. Like you said, beating those games like Battletoads with 2 players and Ghouls and Ghosts, which was, oh my god, that was a pain in the butt to beat that game from Capcom. We had tough games that was your badge of honor beating those games.
Yep.
Like like you said, without beating without the Konami code. Now we have easy, soft. We got the difficulties, or we got like assist in this. Like in Call of Duty now they have the assist tap. Now you can shoot a gun and tap to this, and yeah, even that's gone a little soft in this generation now.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to rag on the generation because it's not their fault. It's the
that's what I'm saying.
Developers' fault.
People, it's the same way we were molded based on what we're used to. This is what they're used to. So I mean,
because the developers started chasing the basically the casual money, so they made games easier. They give you all this stuff to do, like get your gamer score up, get your trophies, all that stuff to make you think you're being more hardcore. Any game can be a hardcore game. Like you can play anything hardcore. To me, hardcore is about just maxing that thing out, getting the highest this and all that stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Yeah, depending on what game. It could be My Little Ponies. Hey, if you go hardcore, go ahead.
I don't know if there's enough content in My Little Pony, but I think it has to be a game with some good content. You can't just be some.
I'll give you an example. Okay.
You see, once again, you're putting your onions. Somebody out there thinks that My Little Pony game was.
Come on. Let's
keep it. Let's be frank. My Little Pony isn't the most.
And it's not because it's My Little Pony
game. Right? It's designed to be played casual, but you can play it hardcore if you want to. But I'll give you an example of playing something hardcore. On my Dreamcast, I have Phantasy Star Online, and I maxed out my character in that game.
Yeah.
Everyone I thought that the highest level in Phantasy Star was 100. Phantasy Star Online, the highest level is not 100.
Yeah.
It's 255.
That's what I thought about Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. I thought it was 100. Nope, 200.
Yeah. So then, when I got episode 1 and 2, Phantasy Star 1 and 2 on my GameCube, because I was like, I had episode 1, and I can carry my save over to 1 and 2. So I got 1 and 2, and I'm playing through that. And I'm like, oh my god, this, like, I was like, I'm almost at level 100. I'll max it out. I'm like, wait a second. Oh my god. So basically, if you look at the counter on my clock on my memory card, I have 999 hours, 999 hours, 99 seconds. Basically, I've maxed out the amount of time I played that game, and I'm at 255, and I have this hunter that can just kill everything in 1 or 2 hits. And it feels pretty darn good, but now the thrill is gone because I have nothing else left, but I don't want to erase that character. So it's like, I'm like, I'll just start a new character. And then I made a ranger that looks like Optimus Prime, so we'll see what I can do with him.
That's how I am with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I tried with this guy. I really did. I tried, but
you don't have the patience. I've maxed out the weapons. I maxed out the levels. That game is a time sink.
That
For
game
real.
takes leveling up to the next level. It's like, well, you thought you were a leveling up master. Well, you can level up your weapons. You can level up your items. You can level you can level
And
up
I
your
did.
accessories. I'm like, my God, and they go up to like 999. I'm like,
Not no
oh,
more. They're in the thousands now.
oh God. See, I can't. See, I'm like, I can't hang with that. That's too much. That's too much. And
What are y'all
that's
talking about? What game is this?
Scared. This guy.
this guy. And this is coming from a dude who spent hundreds of hours maxing up a character in Phantasy Star.
That's
So,
sad. You couldn't even remember the game.
well, I mean, there's quite a few games I like to play hardcore. I like to play Harvest Moon hardcore because I like Harvest Moon.
Well, there you go.
But that game is basically the definition of a hardcore game. You do tons of menial, boring tasks over and over and over again for a small payout so that you can incrementally raise your character's strengths or abilities. That's the definition of a hardcore game.
Well, I don't think it's the definition of hardcore game. I just think that's just a genre type of game. Cause you have you got a lot of people there who love RPGs but hate dungeon
Grinding,
crawling.
yeah. They don't like grinding.
They don't like grinding. They don't like certain things. So yeah, it's just depending on what genre you like. You're gonna be hardcore in that genre. Because again, these Call of Duty guys, they're hardcore into Call of Duty. You put them in a different game, as we've seen, they're not that good in that game. So well, yeah, because I've seen you guys podcasts. You all crack the joke when you guys are like, oh, let's go with Splatoon. Then they get hurt. They get bodied.
Yeah, people are like, oh man, I can't play Splatoon.
A bunch of punks, man. I get my butt kicked. I keep going because eventually you'll get better.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're a chump and then you run like a punk.
I just feel like it's
Like,
one of
here's
the
the thing
few
about
games
Splatoon.
where
It
even if
looks
you
so
lose,
cute.
you still have fun.
Yeah. Even when you're losing in Splatoon, it's like, man, I'm getting destroyed.
It's
But
like, damn,
this
how'd
is
he get
fun.
me?
Yeah, it's fun.
And then that crack juice settles in. You can't stop
Yeah.
playing anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. I don't know what that's about, though. I don't know. Not like I would
Right.
play the game in the first 20 minutes of the podcast or anything.
I know, right? Decent. Okay, well, I mean, I'll put our next Yin Yang topic up again. So it's basically look like I'm doing it.
Yeah, why not? It doesn't matter who does it as long as you come up with some good stuff.
Yeah, well, we talked about it a little bit. The Yin Yang is.
Before you go into that, I have to bounce out of here. I gotta get.
Alright, that's cool. This is going to be the last one anyway, but alright. See you later, T.
All right,
Do you
fools.
want to do an outro or anything?
Yeah, I'll just say goodbye. I had a lot of fun. You guys continue on. I'll see you later.
Lie, I'm going to see you on Splatoon tonight.
Exposed. All right, guys.
Exposed.
Peace.
I would
Peace.
say the last, because I'm gonna have to start getting my work done too. But as we kind of talked about it before we started the whole thing back at 7 o'clock shift, which is basically innovation versus well, yeah, whatever. Innovation versus stagnation. There's some things that if it's a good system, if it's like, the old saying, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And if it's good, I can understand that. There's some games that rocked it very well, but there's some other games that needs a little change, and that's a yin yang right there again. Because we could call out some games or genres that like we were saying. Call of Duty has taken over the shooter genre. That's the biggest franchise when it comes to shooters. Everybody knows that. But it's kind of sad to see games that are innovative in the shooter genre don't sell that much. Those are good. That somebody think outside the box to create these shooter games, but then they don't sell, which is the bad part about it. Because it's Sunset Overdrive, Vanquish, Red Steel 2. Splatoon is the only one that broke the trend, really.
Yeah, that is sad.
Yeah.
I mean, because I played and here's the thing: I'm not a huge Xbox fan, but I mean, I played Sunset Overdrive at my friend's house. Well, obviously, I'm not a huge Xbox fan. But I played Sunset Overdrive. I was like, damn, why did this game sell more? Because it is so fun. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's kind of vulgar. Basically for
I've done
me.
that before. That's right.
Sunset Overdrive is basically kind of like if you fused Ratchet and Clank with Conker's Bad Fur Day, but with better controls than either of those. And I mean, with human characters and not anthropomorphic characters, and it's really fun. And I mean, like everyone was saying, like a lot of gamers, we want new experiences, we want new games, we want new IPs, and they got a new IP that was, I mean, it's vastly different from anything else that's on that console, and it sold badly. And I'm like, they spoke with their wallets. They don't want new experiences. They want the same thing.
Oh, no. You're right. They spoke with them wallets and the mouth kit, but the mouth spoke a lot more different shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's easy to say something. If you want to see someone's commitment, see where they spend their money.
Oh, I know.
Those people are spending their money on Call of Duty and Halo.
What gets to me though, and I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with this. As you just said, people always say if you want new games, new IPs, new ideas, we want innovation. But then when they get these new things, let's say they do support them, then they want to play them the same old way. It's like, okay,
True.
people were bitching. I remember people were bitching about, the motion controls in Splatoon and Call of Duty. Like, nah, man, just let me use the Pro Controller. It's like, okay, so you want new ideas, but you want to play them the same old way. You can't innovate while moving backwards.
Yeah.
It's like
that's normal for human beings, though.
You can't ask.
True.
Like, in other words, it's either you do one or two things. Either you move forward or you stay where you are. Because, honestly, don't get me wrong, I love Call of Duty. I love DualShock. I love the Xbox controller. I do. But I also like new things. And we've used the same controller for the last 20-plus years.
Okay. So you just bring up a great topic, and it shows all over the world. See, people, we like to trick ourselves. It's an illusion. It's like, let's give politics an example. People always say they don't like this guy, he's horrible. Then they put a guy into the office, but he's just like the guy from before. We like to think we're moving forward, but a lot of people are actually comfortable staying within a certain zone. It's the same thing with all people. Like, we want new stuff, but we don't want it to be too different because then you get uncomfortable. Familiarity, safeness.
Radical change is very difficult for people to deal with.
I think that's what jars a lot of people away from Nintendo, because Nintendo likes to do things that people are like, that's too much, but then it's not enough. Like, they can't make up their mind.
But see, these same people, and I'm not going to mention any names, but these same people are the ones I heard in their videos saying, like, for example, Splatoon. Yeah, I tried the motion controls once, didn't like it, so I went back to the analog stick. It's like, you tried it once? That's like me saying, yeah, I'm going to play the lottery once. If I don't win, I'm just going to stop. Like,
well, actually,
no.
That
is the best thing to do.
What I'm saying is this, like, I mean, that's a bad example. What I'm saying is this. You try something you never did before one time. Of course, you may not get it the first time around, so you keep trying it. And so the same person came back like a week later and was like, yeah, man, went back to motion controls, love it. I can't go back to analog sticks anymore. It's
I know who you talk. I know what you mean.
All you had to do was try it. Don't give it just 2 minutes of your time. Give it 15, 20 minutes. Give it an hour. Give it a day. And if you still can get it acclimated to it after playing with it, consistently, then you can finally say, you know what, it's just not for me. But don't just try something once for a short period of time. Be like, yeah, no, don't like it. Because you're not going to like it, because we've been doing for the past 10, 15 years the same thing. Of course, you're going to reject it because it's not familiar.
Yeah.
It's not. Like when I first played Black Ops 2 with a Wii Motion or with a Wii Remote, I was like, man, this shit's complicated. Hell no. And I said no because, of course, it's gonna take a while to get used to it because I'm so used to analog sticks. I bought every shooter up in this point and played with the analog stick. So I kept playing, kept tweaking it, changing it around, and eventually I was like, I like this shit now. I can't really go back to a controller because it just doesn't have the knee-jerk reaction that you can get with the Wii Remote. It just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, that's how I feel about Metroid Prime. Because like the first time I played Metroid Prime, like I said, I was one of those ignorant people that refused to play Metroid Prime when it first came out, but I got it when it came out on the Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. And I can tell you right now, playing that game with the Wiimote and Nunchuck, I can't play, like, I'm so glad they came out with the trilogy because I can't even play that on a GameCube. I went to my friend's house, he had it on GameCube. I can't play that with a GameCube controller. I need the Wiimote. It's so much easier.
Well, look, I mean, I'll expand upon that as well too, because like you said, one of my Xbox guys that I know in real life, and he knows this too, that like I said, I played the Halo games and stuff because I was, I like the story and I wanted to play it and see what it's all about, and I have nothing against that game as well too, but my deficiency was I didn't like dual sticks. I was not capable of doing dual sticks because I played Metroid. The original Metroid probably had a lock system from Zelda and stuff with the with Z trigger and everything else. But I didn't give shooters a chance as much as I should. But then when, like I said, like Dr. Fugo said, when I got the nunchuck and remote, I was like, oh man, I could point exactly where I need to shoot. Oh, this is just so awesome, and I mean, I was more accurate, and it felt more fluid. And then let's go to Splatoon again. I've said it many times. My sister hates shooters. She don't like shooters at all. This is the first shooter she has put more I was like crazy in it. And it's not Splatoon is not it's off of the concept of a shooter, but it's different enough that it brought her in, and also it's being the number one shooter franchise in Japan for the first time in a long time. Because it's something different.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Is there anything else you would like to talk about? Because I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up. Because
it's okay, dude.
The midweek cast is usually a shorter cast, but I let it drag out a little bit since our Sunday cast was long. But
and also
it was super short. But yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate it. But in my pitiful defense, it'll work fine if everybody was on time.
Well, I was on time.
I know you was on time. You and Red Fox were on time.
Okay, so
other people weren't.
Okay, so it would have worked even better than that if some people were actually paying attention.
Well, you see,
and not doing anything else while hosting.
You see, originally I was paying attention, but you guys took so long, I got bored. So, ADHD. I admit it. And what?
Okay, let's go ahead and just put this out there. You couldn't get things started right.
We will have this discussion offline, because we're about to get ignorant up in here.
I know, right? But you're right. But if any, like I said, for me, I would say, thanks Shepard for having me for the game as a large, like of Enduro. We put up our 3 tributes to videos to Iwata-san, not in a somber mood as most people did, and I respect everybody who did that. I basically talked about Yamaguchi's plan and why Iwata was important to his plan. I also did his own style of direct, which is video 2, and also behind that I put uplifting music behind video 3. So that's if I were to pimp anything out, that's the pimp out I'm do right there. And like I said, thanks for having me on the midweek, man.
Oh, I'm glad you showed up. You contributed a huge chunk of the podcast, my good man. Appreciate it. All right. Mr. Red Fox, you're up for the outro, sir.
It's me, Mr. Red Fox. I don't have anything coming up except next week on Monday evening at 7, I'm doing a Splatfest aftercast where we'll just, dissect it, see what we liked, what we didn't like, what they could do to make it better. So, just that. Nothing big this week.
Okay, cool. Dr. Feelgood.
Let me apologize for being late, as I typically am not late, so I will apologize for showing up late.
Bull ass.
But thank you for having me. I think this is my first time on a midweek cast, but thank you for having me. Glad to be here. Sorry about putting you in your place, but I had to do that.
Put in my place.
but I did it for my wife, man. Okay, she saw you online. She wanted to play with you, so okay. But anyway, I do have an event coming up again. Oh, and thank you guys out there. David,
Shadow Hero,
Shadow Hero, Twitter Juice for showing up, or at least playing with us during the Turf War Tuesdays. It was a blast. I got another one coming up this Saturday after Splatfest, directly after Splatfest. Hope you guys can come back and join. But be on the lookout for that. I will be uploading the gameplay videos up last night. You can see me tucking these dudes in with blankets of ink, talking to you, Twilight. But yeah, look out for that.
You know what? Like I said, if we get my team together, then well, we'll see what happens when they put the whole that you can match up friends, whatever. And when that happens, I'll put my team together, and I'll come after you, Mister Doctor Feelgood.
Oh, you don't come after me, because let Shep tell you, you need to run away from me.
Oh no, dude!
Because
I would say
my
I
new
put it
nickname is
differently.
Lord Dynamo. Lord Dynamo.
No. I've seen your gameplay, son. Don't get me wrong, and I respect what you did. But again, I'm playing with people who kind of bug test the game. So if you want to, we gonna just figure it out from there and there.
So what you're saying is you're gonna
all
cheat.
right. So could you guys please tuck your things back in and plug your paper up? Thanks. We don't need to check the sizes and the girths of them.
You know what, Shep? Speaking of that reminds me of a post that happened earlier.
Anyways, so as I was saying, we're having an outro. This is the Good Shepherd, and thank you for listening to the Game is a Large episode. Now, I apologize to Terminator Juice, but I'm going to bite off of his idea partially. I'm going to hold a Mario Kart 8 tournament in the near future. I'm going to see if I can set a date. It's probably going to be on a Saturday. We're going to have a tournament. But in order to enter the tournament first, you need to subscribe to my channel, The Good Shepherd. And you need to put one thing about Platinum that you like or you find interesting. Once that has happened, I'll add you to my Wii U account, and then we'll set up the tournament. And those who win, we have first place can choose either one of two games, which is Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U, or Wonderful 101. Now, unfortunately, this will only apply to those that live in North America because I only have the North American version and, shipping and handling and all that good stuff. So I'm just giving you guys heads up. I'll go into better, more appropriate details in the future on my channel. I'm not sure who's hosting this weekend's cast. We'll probably post something up on Google Plus as well as the Facebook group. Anyways, your resident ADHD master, The Good Shepherd, we're out. All y'all have a great night or whenever you hear this podcast. Take care, peoples. All the best.
Bullseye!